Hello and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online. We are in the Cloudy Dregs Inn in Wayrest, in Stormhaven of all things. So this is high rock essentially. If we zoom out a bit further, you can see that we are in this here. So we are a lot further north. Now, at first, if we go back into Stormhaven, that is this area, I did not have a way shrine in this area to begin with. So I could not simply just be like, okay, I'll meet you in Wayrest and be like, hey, we're here. No. Instead, I had to go to the closest way shrine, which was here in Hrothgar, so Orsinium, and Merchant's Gate. And you could basically see, so this part is untouched, and this guard I basically ran through from here, and basically went through here and in through the Friendship Gate. And then in through Stormhold in here, found the first way shrine, then saw that there was a way shrine nearby, and then basically went in a more or less straight line down to Wayrest, and the Cloudy Dregs Inn, where we have the quest with Rhea Opacarius. So let's see what this quest is about.
Right on time. I'm joking, of course. Honestly, I feared you wouldn't come. Divination and prophecy yield few certainties. Still, this vision was clearer than most. You and I, this room, the scent of ale and wood smoke. Yes, this was meant to be.
You can see the future?
I'm afraid it's not as easy as that. I see a tangle of futures, a swirling mass of action and consequence. Every now and again, though, a specific moment strikes like a thunderbolt. Moments like this. Some dark entity stalks the oracles of Azura.
The oracles of Azura?
Yes, servants of the Twilight Queen. My friends and I decipher visions of the future for other votaries of Azura. Unfortunately, something is abducting us one by one. Bring this crystal to Pariah Abbey. Our Rose Mother will tell you the rest.
Very well. I'll seek out Azura.
I do hope you'll hurry to Pariah Abbey. I see the other oracles, my friends, languishing in chains. A prison that hurtles through space and time, filled with daedra and choking steam. Oh, gives me vertigo just thinking about it.
Now, who do we know of the Daedric lords that really like imprisonment? More like Ball. Well, there are probably a few others that would also not hesitate to use that, but more like Ball, given that he's the Daedric Prince of Domination, is definitely up there. How often do you see this tangle of futures?
All the time. Makes dinner dates interesting, I can tell you. One moment we're speaking about the consistency of the soup. The next, I'm fumbling with my spoon, rambling about talking candlesticks and trees made of blood.
Right. How's that go with your dinner companions?
Ha! Haven't you a cheek? If you must know, it goes poorly. As I'm sure you can guess, the gentlemen rarely call on me a second time.
How did you gain this power? Did Azura give it to you?
I'm not sure. My parents thought me mad, abandoned me on the streets of Wayrest at the tender age of 8. Mercifully, the abbot of Pariah Abbey discovered my gifts and introduced me to the Twilight Queen. I achieved clarity. I have Azura to thank.
You said that other oracles were being abducted.
2. Kanzan and Musha, both powerful soothsayers in their own right. Kanzan vanished a week ago, pruning his sugar canes. His fellow votaries told me that he showed no signs of distress. He simply walked out into the field and never came back.
And Musha?
Musha, an Argonian, disappeared just 2 days ago. He tends Azura's shrine in Blackmarsh. It's a quiet affair with a simple shrine and very few acolytes. He went out to light votary candles near the shrine and never returned.
And you're certain they were abducted?
Beyond certain. I heard their cries. Still hear them, in fact. These abductions stink of Daedric plotting. Rival princes conspire against my lady constantly. One of them seeks to blind her by snatching up her oracles. Perhaps more than one.
How do you know Azura will speak to me?
Because you're anointed by fate, or something close to fate. I stopped arguing the specifics years ago. The Queen of Dawn and Dusk needs your help. Trust me, Azura's desires are hard to miss. She is insistent. She'll speak to you, believe me.
Okie dokie. So, unlike our first venture into a prologue story, as this also is, this one isn't contained, it seems. The Pariah Abbey, well, we know where that is. That is here. And we even have the quest marker to boot, so that's nice. Now, where the one in Elsewhere, or the one in Northern Elsewhere, to be more specific, was situated around a single temple, where you were basically like, this is the intro, you do this stuff, you learn the ropes, and then we'll let you out into the wide open world. Like, it wasn't a bustling city with side quests all over, or an area that you already had quests in, or at a different point. So I don't know how this will fare in comparison. But, well, we're checking it out, and if we can gather some materials along the way, that's just perfect. So it's just straight up the road, basically. These things aren't always straight when it comes to quest lines and such, but, well, let's see. I could have gone up to the Way Shrine. The Stone Chewer, they are goblins, I believe. Yeah, I'd probably have to go into that. What? Well, if you want to be difficult, I don't have my stat booster on. We'll fix that after this. How about my experience booster? That was not either. Well, it is now. And I don't believe that a single goblin witch is what is going to make a difference in terms of us making it through or not. Now, the good thing is that we really don't have to worry about things like crafting or anything else. So I'm actually going to be pretty consistent in terms of what is the quest. So I'm not going to let myself be distracted by side quests. I am going to accept things like crafting materials. So you can see that there is a zone quest marker here. That, I presume, would be for the Daggerfall Covenant's storyline. So obviously we're not going anywhere near that. Well, we are going near it, but we're not taking it.
Help! Bandits are burning our fields! Help!
Maybe later. I am definitely going to return to Stormhaven at some point to clear out that storyline as well. if it is at all possible. But for the time being, I want to finish up this quest. It has been in our inventory, I think, since like before we even headed to Grathwood. So this is a nice place. It's more gothic than the building style of the Colovians and the Imperials, but yeah. Oh, 5 points of the star. I might have written that before. Read that before, not written.
Rejoice, mortal. You stand in the presence of beauty and terror, between pale light and long shadows. I am Azura, Queen of Dawn and Dusk. I have a task for you.
Rhea told me about the Daedric forces that are abducting your oracles.
She speaks the truth. The halls of Oblivion fill with whispers. Collusion, conspiracy. I believe some of my fellow princes seek to blind me. They know how much I treasure my servants. They would steal what I hold most dear.
So this is actually an interesting question. Can't you just rescue you themselves? A lot of the Daedric princes are actually relatively weak on the plane of Nirn, as in Tamriel. And the reason for that, well, they mostly act through agents and basically are powered through prayer and worship in various forms. Like, you can get a boon from a Daedric prince as you as a person. Like, you can get a powerful weapon, you can get powerful magic, you can get insight into some kind of future. But other than very few times, the Daedric lords don't really have a lot of power outside the plane of Oblivion. Inside the planes of Oblivion, yes, definitely. But outside of them, they are actually not exactly weak, but they are sort of locked. Like, their powers need to be unlocked, mostly through mass worship or some very, very distinct action. Like, in the Oblivion Crisis, so in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which by this story hasn't happened yet, it was that Cameron Mankra, the leader of the Mythic Dawn cult, were essentially able to create a pocket dimension, and through the Mythic Dawn's worship, Mehrunes Dagon was able to eventually himself enter the plane of Nirn. But that took a whole lot to get there. It's not like they can just snap their fingers and be like, hey, I'm here now. Even those that tend to do more with mortals and don't really require as much worship, like Qa'Rajh, for example, have a fairly limited reach. That the fact that they are very obvious once they're there, that's a different story. But in their own right, they are fairly limited is probably a better word, because they're not exactly weak. But since we are not given the option to get a more smart answer, let's go down the road of not leaving the quest. Can't you just rescue them yourself?
I cannot. The prince's compact with Sotha seal binds my hands. You must be the vessel of my wrath. I sense my oracles, adrift in the void, imprisoned in pockets of oblivion, hidden dimensions, only accessible through Nirn. You will rescue them.
How can I open these pockets of oblivion?
My enemy servants likely use void keys, powerful charms capable of tearing small holes in the veil of oblivion. They require Daedric essence to function. Slay any Daedra you find and claim their essence. A charged void key will open any pocket.
How do I collect Daedric essences?
Daedra cannot be killed, only banished. When you strike a mortal blow, their essence returns to oblivion. The crystal Rhea gave you captures that essence before it escapes. A prison of sorts. Defeat any Daedra, and the crystal will do the rest.
Can you tell me more about this compact with Sotha.
Long ago, my vulgar peer, Molag Bal, manifested himself in the town of Gilvardel and destroyed it utterly. In response, the dark elf Magus Sotha gathered 8 of the most powerful princes to a summit in Cold Harbor.
What was the purpose of that summit?
The Tribune persuaded us, through a private bargain, to cease meddling in mortal affairs directly. An amusing request from someone who fancies himself a god. Now, we exert our will through intermediaries. In truth, I prefer it this way.
What about the other Daedric princes? Aren't there more than 8?
Many more. But the princes bound by the Cold Harbor Compact stand above their lesser kith. None can match my beauty, or Molag Bal's horrors. Dagon makes an art of destruction. On it goes. Of course, outward weakness often shrouds hidden power.
If you're so powerful, how did Sotha convince you to join the Compact?
Such matters are better left undiscussed. Perhaps you can ask Sotha about it. If you can find him, of course.
That might be an interesting lore dump, but how will I find your oracles?
While you hunt Daedra and gather their essence, my ward Rhea will conjure up visions.
Visions?
Yes, of her friend's suffering. Such visions might grant her a glimpse of where the other oracles are hidden. There will be pain, undoubtedly, but she possesses a rare and terrible gift. True insight requires sacrifice.
Okie dokie. Well, kill Daedra anywhere to collect their essence. It so happens that near Van Farm and near the Coglin village, there are Daedra. There are also some supernal kind of cult, that's what they call themselves. But obviously those are just quote-unquote human. So they don't do anything to me. I think this is the quickest way out. Otherwise, I'd have to basically go and find Daedra, and while that isn't an impossible task, they do appear sometimes in various random encounters dotted throughout the areas. Hello, Thieves Trove. Yoink. The Reach treasure map. Sure. Well, I mean, why not? I will. Probably not going there anytime soon, but still, a treasure map can be useful. Am I going the right way? Yeah, so I don't have an active quest marker right now, and that's because it says kill Daedra anywhere. And that is actually true. You can go anywhere to kill Daedra, and as far as I'm aware, there isn't a set type of Daedra that needs to fit the bill. So a scamp would be worth just as much as an ogre in this. Of course, this wolf won't do. It's not a Daedra, but it is in my way. And that's close enough. What do we have here? Mongrel Grow Gerber. What? You fellas look peaceful and cool, but I am not... Ooh, hello? Naras, the Orcs will leave soon, but sticks around for meals. May the gods favor us and send him away before he kills us in our sleeps. I don't think he is going to do that. He seems... But, yeah, well. Like I said, I'm not That deer is trying to eat a tree. Anyway. So I'm not getting into side quests and such. For the simple reason of that I want to complete this quest line. Just as I did with the quest line for that Daedra, actually. Funny story. What do we got here? Knight of the Flame. Bone Sap Witch. Nope, so those are goblins. So I believe that the first couple of Daedra were on this side of the river.
There's no way I'm going back there.
I don't know who you are or where you are, so I can't help you. But that's not my business right now. See, what do we have? That's just wolves. But here... Also just wolves. What is this? Bone Sap Ruins. Nope. I do hear an Nirnroot though. Yoink. Have we even gotten all there is to get from Nirnroot? We have not. Ah, that reddish glow over there on the other side of the... On the other bank of the... Well, I wouldn't call it a river. Oh, really? Here I was gathering flowers, and you go all out and start biting my hindside. It was not particularly nice, you know that, right? Well, I wouldn't hardly call it a river. It seems more like a creek by the size of it, but eh. So here are scamps. Now, scamps, they are Daedra. So these should, in theory, count. Let's see if that holds true. It does. Okay. And it's not like it's groups of them or anything. So that's two. Nope. So what's here? A Dromora Curl and a Supernal Guardian. So the Guardian is just a human and won't count. But the Curl... Oh, there are two curls. Well, let's take out the one that doesn't matter. Gold, yes. Oh, the Dream Stride. Oh, the law book. Lovely. Right, so it's just a matter of getting rid of enough of them here. Nightmare Crack. That sounds pleasant. I mean, I do still get experience for discovering new places. And if there are Daedra in this area... Scamps, yes. Then I might as well take them out and see if I can't get the place as well. Nightmare Crack discovered. Okay. Six out of 20. Safs I will take, because I still haven't maxed out my woodworking skill.
I need aid!
Oh, you do not get to... Why would a Daedra lower itself to the standards of being healed by a mere human? Most Daedra are like pathetic mortal and variations of that voice. Like, if there's one thing Daedra is about, it's subjugation of those they deem weaker than themselves. And they stride to become more powerful so that they don't become subjugated by more powerful creatures themselves. So their whole being summoned and obeying blindly seems to go against their very nature. I don't know why they would do this deal, but I don't know the story of why the supernal group is making a fuss. What's delving quest? Kirkland Mine. Well, again, not very interesting. Or at least not interesting to the point of where I'm at right now. These guys are just chuff, basically. Like, the Daedra is because we have a quest to kill them. But I'll take any extra stuff that I can come across along the way. Because why not? It's literally right here. Curl, curl, and curl. Oh! Three's a crowd. Nice. Wait, didn't I see you at the monastery? Oh, the Abbey. Ah, close enough. Hello. Nope, not today. Return to your home. Or something. I don't care. I could have said die, but that didn't seem as... What do we get? Supernal healer. Normally I'd go after the targets first, but since there's a healer, you know my deal. There'll be none of that here.
Move now.
Pop! Yes! $14. $15. Just take this first. Should be far enough away that we are not disturbed while doing so. Yeah, we don't like healers. We do not want them. Cap pop. Yep. I don't know if that circle does anything. It seems ominous, but then again, a lot of things do. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. You'll handle this one, Flappy. Unless he's coming to me. Also, crafting materials. Scamps. Well, I'll take an easier fight if I have to. I really don't care. It's all experience, and it is for the sake of doing this quest. That's really the main part of why I'm doing this. Are these all three supernal? Yes, they are. So that really was a pointless fight to take.
I need healing.
But, well... Oh, yeah. Ha. Well, why don't you ask your heat? Oh, right, about that. Yeah. sorry? Nah. Ooh, another green ruby staff. I'll take it. What else have we got lying around? We got a supernal. And no Dremora. Well, why the... Those guys are blocking the road. Can't have that now, can we? Ooh! And daily endeavors. Again, I don't look up what those are. I just sort of, you know, kind of do them. I don't think there's any of that we need. This is a very idyllic little farmscape if it wasn't for, you know, the Daedric monsters that are roaming this place. Ha 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 ha! Bonk! Get bonked on, son! Curl, curl, and curl. Okay! There we go. Talk to Rhea. Okay. Well, the easiest way is to get the Way Shrine and basically just quick hop on over there. Back to Wayrest. So I'll do that. I'll just destroy whatever scamps and enemies are in my way for, you know, for the sake of extra experience. We can always use more of that. And since they're offering themselves up so nicely, I don't see why I shouldn't want it. Nope. I don't need extra gold, so... I mean, yes, I could destroy it. Goblin Village. We'll take that extra experience. Wormwood, nope. Don't need that. Right. Let's see where we are. Well, we know where we're going. I'll name this series Missing Prophecy, since that's the name of the quest, starting quest. It might have a different name. I don't remember what it is, and Missing Prophecy seems to suit me just fine. Because, well, I could call it Stormhaven, but that makes no sense since we're not really doing the Stormhaven questline.
Refuge for study and contemplation. Scholars should have safe place to study, don't you think?
I'm amazed that you can talk to me while I'm this far away. Wayrest is a big place. Cool place, for sure. But definitely a big place. That's the next building over. Wait, what? Talk to Rhea. Wait, where's Rhea? Is she outside? Have I gone the wrong... Biscuits! You know, I could just have looked at the map and seen where she was at, but no. Well, a little stroll through the high rock Midlands will only do me good. Fresh air, nice amount of wood, touching grass. You know, there really is no downside to this. Goblins, well, if a couple of goblins happen to get a little too close, if you know what I mean. Why am I going down here? That makes no sense. Well, goblins, you got your fellas are in luck. Nope. Ooh! None of these are researchable. Really? Just 2 guys at watch? Oh, okay. Well, I suppose it is sort of an off camp. Right, then let's talk to Rhea and end our first episode into this prologue. After that, we'll get the lore and the exposition so that it fits. I hate to miss out on lore. Obviously, I'm not going to talk to every single NPC if it doesn't make sense to do so. But at least those that are close by.
Azura's champion returns. I saw you in my visions. You stood atop a mound of corpses, destroying Daedra by the hundreds. It was cathartic. That sounds horrible. Let's just say it was a welcome distraction from what else I've seen.
Stood atop a mound of corpses, destroying Daedra by the hundreds? What is this, Doom? Did you find the missing oracles?
At long last, yes. I gazed through an ocean of screams, and, well, I won't frighten you with the particulars. Suffice it to say that I saw many
think I can
terrible
handle it.
things, but I think I've located the other oracles.
So, where should I start looking?
My first visions were of... Wait. What's that?
Rhea? Well then! Qa'Rajh, if you're reading this, I must be gone. Luckily, I foresaw this disaster. Seeing myself wrenched out of Nirn was distressing, but insightful. As the Dusk Lady often says, insight requires sacrifice. I took care to write down all the details of my visions. I pray this note will lead you to the other oracles, and to me. In my first vision, I saw wide stone halls, hewn by elven hands and lit by blue stone. Storm beasts prowl these halls. There were witches also, wide-eyed and cackling. My research suggests this may be the ruin of Rubble Butt in Qa'Rajh. In my second vision, I felt a blast of cold air and heard the rattling of chains. A prison patrolled by necromancers and their abomination. They toil in profane silence, excavating something. I believe this might be Faldar's tooth in the rift. Finally, I saw a Daedric temple, adrift in a sea of lava and ash. I fear this prison waits for me. The Abbey's books call it Mifala's nest. You'll find it in Stonefalls. Seek out these dark places, retrieve the void keys hidden within, and use the Daedric essence you collected to free us from oblivion. We're counting on you. Indeed, all of Tamriel may be counting on you. Yours in Twilight, Rhea. Okay, let's take a gander. Shut up! Whoever said that? I'm gonna go to a quiet place so that I can make my quest. Hello, cat. Alright. Calm down. I will go here so that I can plan my quests. Okay, let's see. Wait, what? Why is it what? Oh, because I have to leave the Abbey ground to do anything. Right, that makes sense. Let's see. The rift, so that's here. And I believe Rift and Way Shrine is fairly close to Faldar's Truth. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Riften or Fallowstone would both do. New Malden must be a place that existed way before Ivarstead is even thought of. Wouldn't this normally be like Shore's Stone? Or is that more here-ish? Never mind. So that's one. Let's see, Qa'Rajh, where be you at? Alakir Desert, Qa'Rajh. We do not have a... We do not have a way shrine here, but we do have a bridge that is here, which lead directly in from Stormhaven. So where was the last one? It's definitely not. What is even this place called? High Isle? No, also because I haven't bought that DLC, so that's definitely not it. Where was the other one? Blackwood? No. Cyrodiil? No. What? Shadowfin? Was that one where he... Nope. It was not. Vardenfell? No, definitely not Vardenfell. Deshan? No. Stonefalls? It is... So that is in here, close to... Well, that's Rhea herself. What's that? Ash Mountain. Okay, well, as we have in the past, I'll let a decide whom we should rescue first, and thus where we should start by going. And given that it's 3 choices, I will go for a D12. No, I won't. No, I won't. I love to roll different dice, so let's go for a percentile dice. So a D10 and a percentile. That's literally what the name is. So D10 and percentile here. Ah, my dice. Get back. Okay, so if we roll If we roll 33 or lower, it's Kansin. If we roll 66 or lower, it's Musha. And if we roll 99 or lower, it's Rhea. If we should roll a 100, that's a reroll. So that's an equal chance for all 3. Here goes. Get a nice... 76. So we are going for Rhea. Right. In the next episode, I shall meet you at Shadow Falls in Morrowind. But until then, take care.